So for the last 5 years, the Derwent Catchment Project has been delivering the Derwent Pasture Network, which is a group of dryland farmers supported by an expert pasture specialist. And we've had great sessions out in the field over the seasons with lots of different farmers, which they do a year course. And we've been learning about pasture condition and how to optimise pasture in the dryland estate. And Fiona has come and been part of the network for many years now, and I just wanted to ask Fiona what she thought of the experience and what she values out of our broader pasture network that we have in the Derwent.
I think the first thing is probably the sense of community, and that's always what I say when people ask me about being involved with the Derwent Catchment Project, because I have this incredible sense of community and being with people who I may not necessarily spend time with, and we get there in the paddock and we're looking at pastures, looking at identifying plant species, having a good old chat, sharing what's happening back on our own farms, and it's always very we're all very open and honest, and it's really lovely. It's very grounding.
No, that's awesome. And over time I've been witness with Fiona and other farmers where we've been out in the paddock doing calculations, trying to understand dry matters per amount of dry matter per hectare that and thinking about future seasons and the next coming season and what's on offer in terms of food, and if you valued that, sort of having an expert like Peter to be able to provide some support, that's evidence-based information out in the field.
Definitely. So when I started getting involved with Derwent Catchment, I kind of had an awareness of better grazing principles, but it wasn't until I attended the field days and then had Peter come for quite a few visits.
Because we had a case study here, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And so then I really got my head around how to go about it, because it kind of sounds like it should be a really simple thing, but it's not necessarily that
complex,
simple. And so it's interesting, as each year goes by, I look at the pastures and I go, wow, that's actually 90% ground cover. And I've got all those sheep. It's a really dry time, and all those sheep are actually in containment, which I cringe about, because it's all dusty and dry and they're getting fed hay and pellets, but they're off that new pasture, or those pastures that are kind of
getting going.
So even now I look around and go, wow, it's a really tough season, but it's because of what I'm learning and what I've been involved with that the farm actually looks, I think, so much better than it
can
could.
be. That's awesome. In terms of the importance of this kind of work, for all farmers and dryland farmers, this network and the ability to be able to learn from people next door or up the road, or having a network of people, do you find that's do you think there's value in that?
Definitely, because I do think that if you want to think about the bigger picture, it's actually beyond our own farms, because ultimately we need to be doing
the
landscape
scale.
So we do all have to work together. The catchment is not just our little bit of the catchment. We all have to work on restoring the catchment and looking after it.